What's up, everybody? Hope you're all having a good Wednesday. Welcome in to World Building Stream. Thank you for the double hydrates. Barton, I see you. I want to go take care of that. Okay, double hydrate. We're good. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome in, Lilith. Welcome in, Burden. Everybody else who's quietly in the background. What's everybody up to today? I want to make myself a little bigger. I'm kind of small over here. There we go. I gotta go get this art actually done. I like this new stylization too much. But yeah, I have not been super around the last couple of days. Been some crazy start of the semester life changes, doing work, doing a lot of stuff. It's been busy. Been a good time. But in the meantime, let me pull up our wonderful set of notes as we do. Provided they'll work for me. But of course, they don't want to work. But that's fine. There we are. Nah. So, in any case, we're just gonna do some chill vibes. I don't have a particularly set plan for all the things that we'll work on today, but I was hoping that we would kind of dive into Juniperville, which is kind of there we go. It's not behind my head, but yeah, either Juniperville or Jonestown. I haven't decided because Juniperville still kind of falls into mainline city town. But Jonestown, kind of outcasty. That's going to be such a fun place to actually like develop because it's going to be nothing but hootenanny. Because we got a little bit of Shade Haven done. Welcome in Oni over on YouTube. I gotta fix. Maybe that's what I'll do for the beginning of this stream. We won't actually world build. We'll just fix YouTube so that people can see. Hey, what's up, Hoy? With the official eyes. I still have it. I kind of made this on Pick Crew recently, and I really liked it. And so now it just kind of gets to live here forever because I like it a lot. So we're just chilling out, looking at the cool picture of the map here while I kind of clean up some stuff. I gotta get a chat for YouTube, a YouTube chat, so that people can see what people say on YouTube, you know? But yeah, uh, I want to get some new work done on my streaming persona, if you will. We'll get there eventually. Right now, I like this little pit crew guy. He's real adorable. I'm streaming to both at the same time because I can. I'm like, hey, why not? That's it's a whole slew of people who haven't gotten to experience the wondrousness of World Building Wednesday on YouTube. So I'm just doing my civic duty and sharing the wonderful, enjoyable activity that you guys get to get. Also, welcome in, Snack. And this might be a not while I'm streaming find. I'm sure it's not terribly difficult to get, but anyway, yeah. So what's everybody up to today? What y'all been doing? I've just been doing lots of school. Run as long as you still can, you two. Will having two chats scrolling on stream be a lot? Well, my goal would be to put them into a singular chat with maybe like a identification point of where they came from. Cause like, I don't know. Note the snack is at home if you require a buddy. I mean, I could always go for a buddy. Because then you have a co-host and it's not insanity. But yeah, the goal would definitely be to have whatever their platform is next to their profile name. I have not had a chance to like look too deeply into it or how this is normally done by anyone else, so it's really just my idea. I beaver my way through the day. I play too much Timberborn. Oh, you know what? I've looked at Timberborn a few times. That game does look pretty good. What's it most comparable to, actually? Seidler? What is Seidler? Hmm. I'm gonna have to take another look at Timberborn because like it seems really interesting to me. Because I remember it looked kind of base buildy something something. Could you make it so in your current chat, differentiate Twitch and YouTube with a marker on the profile pic, like you have a mod marker for snack? Possibly. I think this particular overlay only takes stuff from Twitch, which kind of sucks because it's a paid overlay. I mean, we can go look. Stream elements. And it takes a lot of time, be warned. Yeah, I find a lot of good games take that learning time, you know? And that's okay. That's not really a problem. Womp womp. To the overlays, to the chat. We're just going through it right now, because why not, guys? My brain's kind of mushy from friggin' all the school anyway, so like I'm just existing, you know? Hmm. Well, just based on a quick kind of glance at stream elements, it does not look like it allows it from both sources, which is too bad. It is what it is, though. Aha. No one noticed the glitch as I changed channels. Hee. Okay. Yep. The widget I got is exclusive to Twitch. Sad day. I went and looked it up. So I'll have to find one that's not exclusive to just Twitch. Same. I'm sitting here teaching myself how to do full stack development. Brain is mush. Yeah, I used to do full stack development. So yeah, good times. What languages did you choose? I ended up mine was a large variety of stuff, but primarily it was between JavaScript, Ruby on Rails. I think I ended up using what was my back end? I mean, it depended on if I was using JavaScript or Rails, but it was always some level of SQL, of course. Currently playing with HTML, CSS, JS, and Python. That's a good combination, though, to be honest. Python's so popular. Really is the one to do. Because, Python, I think technically Python is the most used language. I could be wrong on that. Now I'm curious. Hmm. Python is the most popular currently. Yeah, yeah, that tracks. Well, I think. No, I mean it's been that way a long time. So like, that makes sense to me. In any case, yeah, I think I'm gonna write up some stuff for maybe Juniperville. That seems like a pretty chill place. It seems like a starting point for players in this region. Because you can go pretty much anywhere from there. Very centralized, casual, kind of small town.
Hello.
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 Hello. Everybody, please welcome in Snack, who will be joining me for this
Good
wonderful
morning.
stream today.
I'm tired.
Me too.
I feel like I've been hit by a truck. Is the best way I know how to describe it.
Do you got the sick?
I got something. You know when you can like you have that like sick ache, but like you can also like feel it under your eyes.
Mm, yeah.
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 Yeah, it's something.
And then once I get the basics of full stack, I can concentrate on Python. Good stuff. And hi from YouTube, Snack, says the Oni, while I figure out how to.
Oh, right.
I know. I'm streaming on
Are you
two
trying
platforms.
I forgot about that.
Well, I want to
I
get, like,
I was
I
like,
don't
I
know.
heard you talking to Oni, but then I didn't see like chat moving in Twitch, and I was just like,
Yep.
is my Twitch borked again? Because it keeps doing this really fun thing where like it freezes the page, and I don't know why.
Nah.
And I
I'm
was like,
trying. See, I was debating not doing any chat. Um, what's the word? Like, not talking with chat from YouTube, right?
mm,
But also, YouTube's an entire group of people that are, not being given the opportunity to join this wonderful
uh-huh, 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 uh-huh.
playing in YouTube to give data. Offended. I appreciate your data. I'm learning things. I don't really have like a big plan for today. Today is pretty much we're just hanging out because
Cool.
I have been doing nothing but marketing and math for the last 48 hours.
Are you
Am I?
prepared to think though for a world building Wednesday? Is the question.
It could be Hangout Wednesday. It could be just
So
chatting,
we just
just hanging out.
yapping. We just yap.
Yeah,
Wait, actually, there's something really, really, really important that I I hate to derail your entire stream.
derail the stream. What do you got?
Okay, so I was in Fortnite last night, and Noni can attest to this because I showed it to him. But there is a like a pack, like you know how they have like the character packs that you can buy. They're like the actual money, like at the bottom of the Fortnite
Yeah,
shop.
yeah, yeah.
So there is one in there, and like it is literally just you. And I really need you to see it because you need it. There's even a Lego version of the character.
It's me, like it's
It's
physically
it's
me.
it's you. Please just go look at it because hold on, it might be on. You might be able to pull it up in browser because they have browser shop now.
They have a browser
Um,
shop now. Damn.
yeah. One second. I will pull this up.
Physically,
Yes,
it
hold
is
on.
you. Oh, damn.
It's you. It's fucking you. And I was like, Blaine needs this. This is the
I mean,
Blaine
if I
pack.
could just be me, I'd be down. That sounds pretty great.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna click on the thing and then I'm gonna send it to you in DMs.
Okay, I'm gonna look for it.
That is the wrong chat. There we go. I almost sent it into the wife chat. Please appreciate this. You get V-Bucks with it, or like you can like earn V-Bucks with it in the Save the World campaign. That's a PvE. But like,
Oh, right, I forgot that existed.
yeah, I've been thinking about playing it
Wow,
because one of my
he does
people's
kind of
plays
look
it.
like me.
Right, but like his little Lego version too, and it's just like but mohawk and the beard and everything, and I was like, that's fucking Blaine. What the
He's
hell?
so scrappy.
He is. That's you.
I might get
That's
it. Let me, let
you.
me, let me, let me get the picture for chat here. Hang on. We gotta make sure the chat knows.
Chat, you gotta see it.
Do. Got so many
It-
screens up right now. This is an insane number of screens. Hold this while I use.
Please hold. Anyways, chat, you know what's really cool about Blaine's stream is that he has these funny little creatures at the bottom. And if you are on Twitch, you can go down into the panels and you can customize your little creature.
You know, you really can, and it's a great time.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I
It's
love the
pretty
little
fucking
guys.
cool.
They're so much fun.
They're pretty
Okay,
neat.
here's the other image, guys. You tell me, that look like my little? I mean, it really does look like my current
Yeah.
and previous CV. It's ridiculously on
It's
point.
you. That's what I mean. We're like, explain.
I'd use a hammer too, so like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to pick this up. I can't
Yeah.
not.
The whole pack is like $18, but considering the fact that you can do the Save the World stuff and get additional V-Bucks with it, um, is kind
Hmm.
of,
Mm.
that's a pretty decent deal because you get the whole pack plus the
Not a
vehicle.
bad deal for sure. For
It's
sure, it's
not a
the
bad
same
deal.
picture.
In
Oh, so
comparison to Overwatch.
we're gonna have to go make this meme.
Anyways, this is you.
Yes,
Scrap and burn pack.
I'm gonna pick that. I've been wanting to play so bad the last couple days. Like I've been wanting to play that. I keep seeing people playing like Overwatch, and I'm like, it looks so fun. And then I'm like, nah, I
Do right
gotta be
now.
responsible. I could, but yeah,
Do you have
no.
a plan for today? What are we building?
Uh, Today, by the way, welcome if you're wrong in YouTube. Don't mohawk shave. I'm old and bald and wish I still had that much hair. I mean, the mohawk's where it's at,
We-
but if I ever start going bald,
we
I'm just gonna embrace it. Today's
just gonna embrace
plan was pretty much either picking on the map on the screen there, either Juniperville or Jonestown, and just going ham with whatever we want in that. The I guess like the structure of the town. I guess Jonestown would probably be more entertaining because it'd be more unhinged. Because Jonestown was definitely named for a particular reason. You can blame Burton for that, but uh, it's supposed to be real like hick town in the jungle, like bayou vibes, real, you know, banjo playing individuals. Oh, what system is this for? This is for, well, it could be for whatever system, but I professionally run 5e currently. So for me, it's for 5e. But this is really more of just exploring what the world could be, not necessarily building out stats and stuff. Because we've done quite a few episodes on like Free Coast here, Valoria, a little bit of Shade Haven up here. And then this is just one particular area on a much larger map. As a goblin, I promote a small native goblin tribe. You know what? I feel like you could make this a little monster town, and it would still fit very, very easily in there. I will mention Free Coast is made up of primarily your traditional races, of course, but there are a fairly large percentage of varied monster races, so bugbears, goblins, other intelligent creatures as well. There's a lot going on in here. I guess you can't really see Free Coast; it's behind my giant head, but
True. True.
it is a
Lots
big
of
head.
stuff.
Lots of stuff. And anyway, yeah, let's. Yeah, I'll have to deal with the chat thing later. So for now, I'll be reading them out. I'll be reading out chats from YouTube's guys. Not that I don't read chats out anyway, but Honoria sounds like something else. I mean, if you compare Valoria and Honoria, and we have Bravoria here, but I don't know if this naming convention is gonna stick. At least Honoria, Bravoria, Valoria is pretty set. We've already got that one kind of built up a touch, but we've been shifting a lot of the names. So let's do this. Keep the map up behind my head where no one can see it. But
We just we just need to green screen your forehead and put the map there.
I could. Oh, that'd be fantastic. I could just make myself a little smaller. I had it big because we
This
were
is
just
true.
talking at the time.
We are large.
Lorge.
Simply large. What's this thing doing?
What which one are you more interested in unhinging about, Snack? Juniperville, your classic little town for newbies, or Jonestown?
Uh, um, what do you have for each at the moment?
Nothing. They're
Anything?
completely blank.
Completely blank.
Hmm.
Okay, what is the intention that is meant for both of them? Because you said one is supposed to be like a starter town, and one is supposed to be like a bayou.
You don't need to buy you. Um, you're wrong says, well, have fun, express yourself. Bob Ross says there's no mistakes, just happy accidents. It's your world to create. Thank you very much. Yeah, very excited. We're just going to be doing this for a while, so feel free to grab a snack and chill if you like.
Mm-hmm.
So between the two, Juniperville is behind my head still.
Yes.
Let me move it over. Let me just close that. Okay. So Juniperville here. I
Mm-hmm.
imagine that would be a smaller town, whereas Free Coast and Valoria are actual cities. Juniperville would kind of be not a farmer bumpkin location, but like small town vibes. Everybody at least is familiar with most everybody else. Um, kind of tight knit in that aspect. Everybody knows the sheriff, kind of small town vibe. You're probably looking
Mm-hmm.
at a couple thousand people at most. And then Jonestown, I do like the idea of making it kind of into a little primarily monster town,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be. But either way, absolutely needs to be. It's in a bayou swamp kind of vibe, so like Louisiana
Mm-hmm.
esque, and banjos and crocodiles and well, alligators, not crocodiles, but yeah, you get the point. Ding, 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 ding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if the players were to make their way to Jonestown, I feel like they should fear everything because the middle of the night they're gonna hear somebody just like walking around the tavern playing a banjo all night because they ate some local fruit and got high or something. That's
Uh-huh.
that's the vibe.
And Juniperville, you're just like cozy small town.
Classic, cozy, regular adventure town. Like when you think of I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example, but real basic adventures, they always start the hero starts in like a small town and they ache for something more. That kind of vibe.
Uh-huh.
So you probably there's stuff to do there. Maybe there's something malevolent under the surface. But first appearances would be real generic small town.
I have some funny ideas.
For which
My
one?
brain for Juniperville.
All right, what do we
Because,
got?
like, that sweet little town, everybody knows each other, everyone seems so happy, everything's going great. But you have that Jonestown that's really close by, where that's very monster oriented, you said. And you made a comment about it being like I don't know, someone eats a funny fruit and gets high and plays a banjo all the time in the
Sure.
middle of the fucking night.
Terrible
Um,
example, but yeah, that's entirely
Terrible
that's
example,
the
more than
vibe.
likely. But between Jonestown and Juniperville, I see a very lovely little forest.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
Forest, we got a mountain
um,
range here.
a little bit of a mountain range, a little bit of a foresty area. There's some there's a little river that kind of goes through slash around, but they're fairly close.
Yep, yep.
Um, I think it would be particularly funny if they had an unintentional cohabitation that happened where for the Jonestown, if it was primarily more of a monstery kind of town and stuff,
Hmm.
um, you kind of have, you know, there's very much two points in which you can get to Jonestown from Juniperville. If somewhere, maybe like towards like the mountainy regions and stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's like I don't want to say a burial ground because I feel like monsters wouldn't necessarily have a burial ground, but like a dumping ground for like remains and crap where they're just like
An elephant
that
graveyard.
kind of, but just like that's just like whatever scraps of crap that they've eaten, humans, adventures, whatever, kind of gets like they still are like they may be monsters, but they're still smart enough to not pollute their own like water and crap that's around. So they just like,
Yeah.
they drag things up into the mountains or whatever, or maybe they take them towards like the more foresty areas and stuff. And it's just kind of become like a natural area where, it's just extremely lush and fertile land, It's crazy how juicy the fruits are over in Juniperville, and how
No.
the town just prospers so much with these great crops. Um, but if you look a little
That's
closely, if you look a
great.
little closer at some of them, you know, this one kind is that a nose? That kind of looks like an eye almost. Like it's kind of shape. This one kind of has a face.
Oh, that's
So, anyways,
terrifying.
human-faced fruits, which are a common thing in many folklores and stuff,
Yep.
but Juniperville just has luscious orchards and great crops and stuff, and just prospers wholeheartedly off of everything.
I
And
love
it's
this
just the
so
runoff from the
much.
mountains that comes down in from the dumping grounds. Sometimes you end up with some funky things, but that's why they have such great potions, and such, great stuff for beginning adventurers.
I didn't know we were gonna do both towns at once, but this is gonna be so great. So,
Yeah, it's more
okay,
fun
I
if you
like
combine the
this.
two together because, the monsters don't necessarily know that they're doing this, but like it's just something that's why the town happened to prosper there. Started as a little thing, realized they have really good, nutrient soils and stuff. Turns out that it's just runoff from monster dens and stuff. Good place to start your adventures.
Okay. So Jonestown, while Jonestown is primarily a monster town, and while they eat humanoids as well as other regular meats and vegetation, as well as normal food, they dump all their remains far from the town to prevent local fauna, predatory fauna, from stalking the village. That's good enough reason. Good enough reason for them to do it. They regularly move the remains in mass to the mountainous region to the east. Juniperville
Shut up. I just thought of another thing.
enjoys, yeah.
So, you know how like in the start of like a lot of games and stuff, like you get um I feel like the stereotype or like default thing is like, hey, there's this monster that's around that's eating all of our, crops or eating all of our livestock or whatever it may be.
Mhm.
Um, and like that's like it's like wolves kind of nonsense, and you go and you
Yeah, there's always
wipe out the
something, right?
wolves. Yeah, something along those lines. What if the reason why that they have those in Juniperville for like your starting things isn't because they're necessarily like actually becoming a problem, but in order to keep the predator, like the natural predators that come from outside the area, encroaching in on the territory, so that way the easier, smaller animals or like livestock and stuff are easier to grab for the actual monsters to keep that area fed and thriving, as opposed to constantly having outside monsters and things wandering in to keep them at bay so that way they can sustain their little ecosystem that they've created.
So they don't hunt down the wolves, if you will, because the wolves are a barrier, a buffer between something more dangerous.
Yeah, so like they don't like if like there's like other like, foresty areas and stuff or whatever, there's like, pack of whatever monster things that are happen to be roaming through that, they disrupt how they essentially quote unquote do business with like trading and everything, or like keeping, certain areas well populated with specific types of easier prey animals than like a wolf. And it's specifically so that way the monsters have continuous uh food without problem, but also so that way their, you know,
That's
crops
such a great
continue.
idea, though.
Because it's pretty cut off where it is on the map. So like it'd be easy enough to
Mm-hmm.
just, be like, hey, between this point and this point, we've noticed some, an uptick of like wolves or uptick of whatever the hell monster you want to throw in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just to like keep people at, or keep those things at bay so that way the natural stuff that's there can flourish better.
So to be clear, because I want to make sure I think I heard earlier, but I want to make sure they're
Mhm.
keeping their if Juniperville is filled with chickens and cows,
Yeah,
and the next circle around Juniperville is filled with wolves, and then there's another circle around that that's filled with slimes. I don't know, big monster, let's say.
hold
The
on. I'm
players are
gonna
sent to deal with the big slimes, but not the wolves, because the wolves act as a barrier. That's correct, right?
sure. Uh, can you do me a favor and like zoom out on the map really quick? Just a
I would
smidge
love
down
to.
for me.
It doesn't want to let me zoom this out. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm just going to put it on the screen.
Huh? You can't zoom in the map?
It won't let me zoom in here. It only lets me go up and down. It's real dumb.
Oh, that's silly.
It's so silly. So I got to just put the image up here. Don't mind me. Got it. Cool. Let's put the image
Because
up here.
I'm waiting for the uppies.
Uppies. That way I can also move over here to the text. Right about there.
Okay,
Perfect.
okay. Because I took a screenshot of it so that way
Lol.
so I can like draw what I'm thinking in my head, doodle on it real quick.
I could just send you a copy of the map too.
That would work. That
That
would
would
work.
that would also work.
That would also work. But also because it's open in my thingy, I can doodle in the screenshot thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta finish this other idea that was here. So,
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna doodle.
okay. Juniperville enjoys the immense runoff from the mountains every spring to water their crops with high concentrate mineral mountain water.
Yeah, sure.
In reality, the water is the now warmed uh there's a better way to write this, but this is just gonna be nasty. In reality, there's this water is now the warmed and I guess brothy
What?
water from the remains pile left in the mountains by Jonestown. Few people in Juniperville are aware of this, and it's mostly passed off as I want to say like jealousy, but I don't think
Question.
jealousy is it. It'd be like
Is
hearsay.
what is passed off? Huh?
A few people in Juniperville are aware where the water comes from. I don't think
Where
it'd
the
be a
water comes
well-known
from?
fact. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I wouldn't say water per se. I would just say like it's not a known like a well-known fact as to why like the soils there happen to be like very high in nutrients and stuff.
Oh yes,
Because they already
absolutely.
have like water systems there because there's very
Right.
clearly
The
the
river.
rivers and stuff. Um so they have like different forms of irrigation and everything, but like
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
general,
But this would
they
keep the
just
soil nice and,
yeah.
and mineralized and whatnot.
Yeah,
My point was
yeah.
like this is information that we know as the creators of this
Oh yeah,
situation,
and like
but
only
they
like
wouldn't know
the
it.
like head of the village or whatever or town and like key peoples would probably be aware of it.
Warm and frothy.
Much
It's just a runoff from the bullpen. The bullpen's much further north.
further away. Um, I have a question. Have you done anything with Tarzan? Doc, Tar?
Tarazun. I don't know how to
Wow.
pronounce it.
I don't know. I was reading it as Tarzan
Let me look
before,
here.
so
Tarazun. Yeah, it's very, very. I haven't decided if I'm gonna go like real super hard, like tribally, because that's immense jungle versus bayou jungle,
uh huh, uh
swampland, I
huh,
guess.
uh huh, uh huh, uh huh,
Uh huh. Uh huh. By
uh
the way,
huh,
welcome in
uh
Red
huh.
Rose on YouTube. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Well, welcome home, Burton. Is the chat not
Hi.
displaying? Oh, the chat is underneath the map. That makes sense. That makes. I was like, why isn't the map? Why isn't the chat showing up in the actual? Uh, there we go. That should, in theory, fix that. Maybe.
Maybe, probably, possibly. Who knows?
Yep, it's fixed.
Streamers don't know things like that. Anyways,
Yeah, it's all fixed. I got to get a new chat so we get YouTube in here too. But Red Rose says they could be better. They're a little sick at the moment. Well, I hope you feel better. Hope we'll be entertaining for you at the very least. We're just doing some goofy world building. Which, if you have any funny ideas, you're always welcome to put them in because we just do we do the dumb stuff.
we do the silly goofy.
So let's see, Juniperville's crops are considered the best, most robust, juiciest. How do you spell juiciest? Juiciest. I would not necessarily have spelled it like that. So hear me out. Frog-based gambling events. Love it. Love it. Hang on. You know what? I need to set this up better so that we have some bullet points in their appropriate town here. Red Road asks if we are Transformer fans. I'm a fan of the old cartoons and comics, not so much the actual live action movies. Like chicken fighting, that code based format. Oh man, I love it so much. It's so good. It's so good. Obsidian is my favorite. I can't leave Obsidian. I am stuck using this forever forward. It's so good. Yeah, so the frog based gambling would be like chicken fighting. They're saying seeing who eats more flies. What if they get like a really big toad and it just eats the other one? Does that count as a win?
Yes.
All right. Frog
But then they would
based.
break out into a fight being like, that's cheating! And it would be funny.
Frog based gambling. Which can eat the most flies or their opponent? This leads to brawls. Could also be who has the biggest toad / frog. Red Rose says Sonic or Mario. What do you feel like, Snack?
Huh?
Oh, you're doing the drawing? Yeah.
You lost me. What am I doing?
Oh,
What's happening?
I was reading our YouTube chat, which is Red Rose says Sonic or
Mm,
Mario. Which
Um,
actually originally I'd probably say
Bowser.
Heyo. I'd probably say Sonic early. Up until like they tried to do 3D games other than Sonic Adventure, and then they lost me. Welcome to the YouTube chat, Burton. Like they have a common gambling tourney and a pro scene. Oh yeah, both amateur and pro gambling tournaments. Okay, so let me. Where was I at here? Juniperville crops are considered the best, most robust, juiciest. This is due almost entirely to the runoff from the mountains. There needs to be something additional, maybe. If
For
they're
what?
gonna come down the mountain, if this water comes down the mountain and it makes fruit with faces, right? Maybe that's a
Mhm.
standardized commodity you can only get at Juniperville. But like it wouldn't just be from using humanoids as fertilizer, right? There needs to be another thing that would trigger that.
Maybe like most of the fruits just kind of like generally like there's kind of a vague something there, but like there's just a silly thing. But then like maybe they have like a special festival like once a year, twice a year, or whatever, where you know they have very clearly like like that is a fucking person's face on a fruit, because any adventurers that pass through that are just starting out but inevitably don't make it into the beginning of their journeys, they're taking the bodies and using those specifically with specific crops and trees that they have at like say like the like right at the base or in the mountains, and they're just actually fertilizing with dead bodies,
You're talking about the people who
feeding
are
the
in
trees.
Jonestown, like if
Yeah.
adventurers are there.
In
Yeah.
well um in Juniperville, like if there's dead adventurers that they find like in the forest and stuff, like between things, or
Oh,
that like they don't make it back and stuff, they have like they specifically like they get, if they find the bodies or whatever, they
they
specifically
haul them.
feed them to like like a particular place that is like closed off away from like Juniperville and Jonestown, that's like in the mountains or like at the base, like away from everything, where they secretly like just feed it like dead bodies. Smiles.
Mm. Mm. There's an
No
idea
graveyard. Yeah,
populating.
there's no like nobody understands why there's no graveyards anywhere nearby. there's just like maybe markers or something. Like maybe they just have like a really big stone pillar or something
Big
somewhere with like
plaque.
names carved in, and like they just carve names in there, but there's no bodies ever. There's no graveyard nearby. But they
Okay.
always have like vaguely human-faced fruits.
So both Jonestown and Juniperville would need to have some reason, because I like the idea of no graveyards. I think that's interesting because that sounds like it could be some kind of weird tradition and no one questions it until
Mm-hmm.
the players
Bodies
find that out
leave.
and they're like, that seems weird, like real life, like that seems a little weird. We should maybe look into that. Yeah, I was gonna say obviously probably religion for sure. It's gonna be some like, I don't want to say, I think they would be under the guise of being like, roughly they could be like eco-friendly and that's why they gather everything up. Maybe they do other acts um that support the community, and they're bringing all the bodies, so they go collect everything from Jonestown's dumping ground. They go around and collect all the dead. Well, they wouldn't go around. You'd probably bring your dead, or you'd call somebody to like come and pick them up, and then that's just it. Because what's it matter once the body's gone, right? Okay, wait. I have it. I gotta write. I gotta write some things.
Write things down. Write things
Okay,
down.
religion, cult of. I don't know. I'm just putting words. This doesn't necessarily stand out. Cult of eco-friendly peoples. Does good deeds for the community and is recognized as a positive influence. Very normal. This cult gathers. I'll fix this later. Gathers all the remains from Jonestown, which maybe Jonestown doesn't actually have to dump them. Oh no, that would still apply to the. Well, we'll get there. Hang on. This cult gathers all the remains from Jonestown and from Jonestown's dumping grounds, and is the go-to and only deceased person hiccup crew in Juniperville and surrounding towns? Question mark. They bring all the bodies to the base. We need to name these mountains, but we'll have to name them once we know what's in them. To the base of Cult of the Biowash. To the base of the mountains into a cave system where the bodies are fed. Are we talking like a How to Train Your Dragon giant thing, like that kind of vibe where you bring food to feed it and it doesn't cause problems? Because I think that's kind of my thought process.
I mean, my thought process was more or less just like, you know, I don't know. They just leave the body, like the Jonestown just kind of like leaves or like dumps whatever nonsense is left after shit up into the mountain area that they like don't really dwell in.
Hmm.
And then maybe it's, Juniperville people that like, I don't know, have sort of organize things. I wouldn't say like they would necessarily drag them into a cave system because a cave system would defeat the purpose of it really
Hmm.
having the natural effect, because if it's in going into a cave and you're feeding something in the cave, then that's unless they're
That's
just
valid.
feeding like scraps to something that's in there, like the pieces that like maybe there's specific monster things that they've okay, this is gonna sound
I heard your bonk.
this is gonna this is gonna sound away, but maybe the people of Juniperville, if they've been doing this for however many decades, have
And it won't stop coming.
But
maybe maybe figured out that certain things that are eaten and that are waste from everything are not the best for certain types of crops, or not the best for producing great quality crops.
uh-huh.
And in turn, they sort their trash. They go through and they essentially like cherry pick the parts that they think or know are going to do better in fertilizing things. So like maybe there's specific monsters where it's just like you do not want that in the mix. That's going to cause all kinds of other problems or potentially bring other things in that you don't want.
Mm-hmm. 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 But
Maybe there's like if specific types of adventure bodies and stuff are found that they bring in, like someone who has someone
so
who's
is
like maybe like a cleric, or like someone who has more like holy magics and stuff, or whatever the hell it is that I
yeah.
don't know the fucking
That
thingies.
you are right. It
Um,
is a cleric. Good job. So proud.
Yippee!
Look at you go.
I know a thing. Maybe it's like something where those particular ones are considered more high quality if they have specific types of magic that are like more considered more pure magic and stuff, or like holy and stuff, and those are used for very specific types of crops, or for very specific like this is going to be like for whatever human faced fruit tree nonsense or whatever that they have, and that's the only thing that gets fed to that.
So let
Whereas
me
someone who has no
clarify.
magic or anything, and it's just more or less just a big lump of meat,
Mm-hmm.
and can just be used as normal fertilizer, is going to get chucked in with the rest of the stuff.
The rest of the stuff being just normal fertilizer.
Yeah.
Okay. So that I want to make sure I got the very, very first part of that, which was somebody is curating what people become fertilizer in Juniperville,
Yeah. If they're
which is
bringing
the
them from
cult.
outside sources. And then there would probably be like a separate part that actually goes through like, the mountain area
Mm-hmm.
and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like however many times, like a week or a month or whatever, to like, hey, there's, some really nasty ass thing that's up here that we really don't want into our like food supply or being nutrients into our stuff. We have to purify whatever it.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I
What is
think
that word?
eutrophic.
Eutrophic cycles.
Uh,
Anyways.
promoting nutrition, I believe, is what he's probably going for there. I went to go look it up because I also didn't know the word.
I'm like just reading chat. I'm
Or
like,
a lake
huh.
of other body of water, rich in nutrients, and so supporting a dense plant population, the decomposition of which kills animal life by depriving it of oxygen. God damn. Okay. So I kind of
Okay, I
like
sent
the
you a thing.
idea.
I sent you a thing. The orange markers are like the quote unquote
Oh.
entrances to Jonestown on like
Okay,
the non-mountainous range,
let
because
me
I
copy this.
simply scribbled on my thing.
No, it's beautiful. Let me get this in here. It's gonna be so good.
Scribbles. Yippee.
Mm. I need
Pro Scribbler. Mm-hmm.
Pro Scribbler.
Yep.
Okay, that's gonna have to do. We're running functionally out of space on that screen, and it's fine. Okay, so red markers are entry exit.
The little orangey markers are.
Yeah. Which makes sense because that would really be your only entry exit kind of vicinity.
Yeah.
We got 2 hunting grounds, those track.
Yeah.
Only hunting on monsters encroaching on territory. Got it. Okay. And then the green is where the
Farmlands.
right
/ orchards. Because you have to have a space for those.
that makes
Not
sense.
not just someone's backyard.
So that kind of sounds to me like we're gonna cleaning up this map a little bit more, and I like it. Okay, let me write this. Let me write this stuff down here. So we got. Let me make this screen go up a little. So Juniperville. Oh hey you. Hey you maps. Brain, you're doing so good with the words today, buddy. Like I'm so impressed right now. Look at you go.
Yeah. What?
Burton and his just a lot of capped words, just bam, 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 bam. It's like he's trying to tell me something.
Maybe. Communicating in Morse code, but just
I see DMs.
Yep. DMs.
DM.
Mr. DM, pay attention to me.
Mr. DM.
Holy shit. Hi.
It's funny, you could just jump in this channel.
Hi.
Yeah, I invaded. I need you to scream. Hi.
Oh, you're so tiny.
Well, it's cold right now.
Sent you a link. I need you to, at one point or another, rebuild your entire map with the thing I sent you.
That you're gonna kill him.
Why would I do
Now
that?
hear me out. As reference, because the thing I sent you is a way to actually make your biome scientifically correct.
Oh, build it
Ooh.
and then rebuild.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
So when you put
Okay.
yes, you can actually set up the different coastline differences and all the different rain shadows.
You mean that my
based off the
maps
different-
are not properly set up
And-
scientifically? Is that what you're trying to tell
Check
me?
the different amounts of evaporations to happen, what flat and ambient renderings of water amounts would happen, and interact with their biomes.
Mhm.
Now I'm kind of messing with it. It's very interesting, actually.
Yep. That's all I got. Thanks.
Comes just to do that. Be like,
Send
hey,
it to
now that
me.
I'm making you redo your entire
Oh.
everything. Goodbye.
Honestly, this is a pretty cool little fella. I don't
Fella?
know how I can. Oh, I see. Okay, I got
I
it.
feel like that could be in and of itself a whole
This is its
Worldbuilding
own
Wednesday.
stream. Yeah. Stay with us as we convert this entire thing.
It'll just
Send
be
it
a
to
yapping
me.
You can call it Yappin' Map.
Yappin' map.
Yeah,
Love
we
it.
yap and you
Love
map.
it. I'm gonna just
I know. I'm a
put that in.
genius.
Put that in there.
Yappin' Map.
All right, so we'll be looking at doing a Yappin' map conversion before I finalize these maps any further.
Yappin' Map.
I was doing something, guys, and now I can't remember what I was doing.
Yeah, something with.
I was gonna write.
We were talking about the map because you were talking about how you're gonna like fix it anyways because the crop thingy.
Oh, right. Where's that one? There we go. There. Let's put that back right there. You can thank TT for that. I actually found obsidian from TT. From TT? Should I know
TT?
TT? I don't know.
Is it the thing that you just clicked?
Oh, from
TikTok?
TikTok? You know,
Oh.
I've never actually seen it acronymed because I don't do anything with it. That's very
Nobody
funny.
calls it TT. That's just him.
I don't feel like it's not,
Everyone just says TikTok.
isn't it
Clock
spelled,
out.
isn't it spelled
It's
like
spelled
that?
T-I... Yeah, you're correct.
2 versus 8 characters. 2 versus 6 characters.
Yeah, you just... Anyways.
I love
Now I can't tell if you're just saying TT or if you're just crying.
We'll never know. It's TT
The
forevermore.
world may never know.
The world may never know. Is crying.
Mhm.
So, okay. I really like this cult idea because it sounds like a positive influence and there's not going
It
to
would
be
be really
anything
funny
wrong
if
with it.
actually the entire town like was in on it. And it was just like a cultural thing where like everyone just grew up with it, like it was a normal thing, and they're just like, no, it's just part of the natural
It's the
cycles of
natural
life. We're just
order.
making sure that we're just making sure that, you know, we're utilizing the things around us to the best of our abilities in the most eco-friendly way. But like they know that other people are not going to be socially acceptable or accepting of it, so they just like don't talk about it. But it's just like something that's just ingrained in their life.
That actually could be a lot of fun. Funny face fruit is just a part of life. Should steal the great journey part too. I could, but I feel like you've integrated that very well into yours. I don't want to steal that. Plus, that might count as some kind of weird infringement. I can't imagine that they could get you for just that, but you know. Maybe something with the Great Journey. Would be funny. Lantern Festival.
Hold on, I am now going to look up the stuff for human face fruit.
That sounds terrifying.
What?
Looking up human-faced fruit.
Well, I'm trying to find like the actual like folklores and stuff about it.
Oh, I bet that definitely exists.
Well,
Absolutely.
it does. It's originally from Japan, I think, and Chinese lores. I believe technically it has to do with yokai.
Could be, yeah. I've seen plenty of phallic fruit. Well, I
I'm sorry, what?
mean, that's just a shape in nature at this point, right?
It's just a natural shape.
Ayo. But like, at that point, a face is kind of a natural shape too. Yeah. Okay. Cold of the eutrophic. That's gonna take me so much like thought to say, but I like the name
What?
eutrophic.
Eutropic.
Eutropic
Tropic.
cycles. Eutropicals. Eutropicals.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Eutropic? Is it? It's used eutropic, not eutropic. Eutropic. Eutropic cycles. Eutropicals. 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 You tropic bowls. The worst phonetic spelling you have ever seen. So the cult of Eutropicals. Religion, cult of eco-friendly peoples. This could regarded as a positive influence, very normal. This cult gathers all the remains from Jonestown's dumping grounds and is the go-to and only deceased person pickup crew in Juniperville and surrounding towns. I kind of just integrated it. Integrated. There's a lot of big words happening today. Eutropicals. Let me cook one sec. All right, bet. Gotta make something other than curry, though, man.
You do eat a lot of curry.
I mean, I love me some curry. I'm not gonna throw too many hands here, but like, I feel like I always see you post curry.
I don't think I've ever really, aside from the one time with the spaghetti, I don't think I've ever seen anything else posted.
Sounds delicious, though. Bitch, I'm cooking on the words. I know you're cooking on the words, but for whatever reason, you talking about cooking triggered my brain. They
This
bring
is
all
like
the
a
bodies.
visual archive.
So, to clarify here, the cult of Eutropicals. The
Sorry,
name
it
is
just sounds
great.
really.
They gather up all the dead. So you have a sect or a part of their religion that goes and gathers up the dumping pile from Jonestown. They gather up the dead from Juniperville, and they're in charge of fertilizer. And they specifically choose the fertilizer, and everybody's just chill with that. Is it something that everyone's aware of, which could be really funny? Or is it something that is like hush hush? Because
I'm sorry,
like,
say that again. What? I was reading a thing.
oh, you're fine. I had to also say it out loud to like get my brain around it. So the cult goes and gathers up all the meat, all the leftover remains, humanoids, animals, everything from the pile in Jonestown that they drag to the mountain. They also go and gather up all the dead in Juniperville, but they're also in charge of fertilization of crops in Juniperville because they're eco-friendly.
Yes.
So is the question here is obviously, without question, they're using humanoid remains as fertilizer.
Yes.
Do the people of Juniperville know that? Do they care? Is this a hush hush
I feel like
thing?
like the village itself, like everyone would be well aware of this fact that like this is just how they operate, and like this is just what they do, and it's not necessarily a big deal. It's just kind of well integrated into their life. Like this is something that the townspeople have been doing for as long, like since the town started, kind of thing. Or like,
I don't know that they would they tell other towns? By the way, what's up, Cobalt? Welcome in.
or
We're talking
like,
about
I don't think
human
that they would
fertilizer.
Hi. I don't think they would necessarily tell other towns. I think it was, or maybe like when it first started, they realized that it was like they were in a good, like they were like a kind of a starter town and stuff.
Right.
But
Not to talk
if you
about it
have
because it's
well, if you have like a lot of, starter adventures and stuff, and ones that are, trying to just start out, prove their mettle, they go and they get their asses fucking handed to them by monsters in the forest, or like they
oh
can't even
my
handle
god.
hiding. So they end up having like too many bodies to deal with, and they're just like, this is like, they didn't know what the fuck to do with it, because they're like, there's no way we can have, you know, this is just gonna be a grave town, like a whole graveyard. And like someone just happens to have the idea of just like, they realize that, their crops are doing really well and stuff, and like around maybe like the same time they kind of realize what's happening with like the soil and everything in the area, and they kind of come to the natural conclusion that instead of having an actual graveyard, that they just
Yeah.
start,
Yeah,
carving
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
names of
yeah.
the dead into a large stone, and then they just kind of haul the bodies away
And no
relatively in
one
secret. But it just,
yeah,
it
yeah.
kind of, it's known
It's
within
not
those
talked
who,
about, but
it's
everyone's
not talked
aware of
about,
it.
but
Yeah.
everyone who is like from Juniperville is well aware of it, and like they have
Yep.
jobs that are
Yep.
circulated around
Yep.
because of these things.
Okay. I love it.
Also, I was thinking, I had a thought, I had a little idea.
Okay, I had an idea
Because
too.
like,
Let's share.
so like, how like in games and stuff, you can always get like low level adventure gear from places, especially in like starter towns.
Uh-huh.
Um
I like where this is going.
so what if they had like, because they're so eco-friendly and they really like the idea of like thrifting and stuff and making things
Reduce.
like, reduce
Reuse.
waste and stuff. So they take the armor, the shields, everything, weapons from the dead
Man, this
adventurers
is getting
that they
better and
have and
better.
find, and they clean them up, they make them all new and shiny. In some places they repair them, or they, if they can, they repurpose the metals and everything if it's like totally broken, and they just sell them for lower costs to new adventurers that are coming through. And then when it's clear that something has but run its course as, whatever, then they try and find a different purpose or use for it and chuck it away. But for the most part, they just keep it just keeps the rotation of everything kind of flowing.
Reduce, reuse, thrifting. Juniperville is the go-to place for new adventures for low-cost starting gear.
Yep.
Okay, Cobalt first, and then we'll go with my idea. Cobalt says it reminds me of Rorikstead from Skyrim. There's a theory they sacrificed the women of the town to a Daedric god so that their land is fertile, because in lower Rorikstead wasn't good at farming, because nothing would grow. Oh. Well, we're pretty much
Hmm.
doing something like that. Less
Uh-huh.
sacrifice and more
Um,
natural death, but still. Burton also says Eurotrophication.
Words.
Eurotropication. You Eurotropication. The cult of Eurotropication. I think legitimately just gonna call this the cult of E. Because you know how many people are not gonna say
No one's gonna want to say it.
Eurotropication? I missed a
Um,
T. Oh no. Eurotropication. Tropication. Where is it?
okay. I
Wait. Let me give you my idea.
Yeah.
Where's my idea? So, you have a whole party of new players, right?
Uh-huh.
Hi, forward, drive safe. You have a party of new players. They all start in Juniperville because, of course, that's where you start. They manage to get themselves killed somewhere in the vicinity of Juniperville. So, of
Mhm.
course, whether or not they know about the bodies, those bodies are used as fertilizer.
Mhm.
So, fast forward time a bit, and the party starts out with their new characters. And then, oh, hey, there is a Hey, thanks for the gift sub, Burden. Hype train. Why do we got a hype train?
Scam train, let's go.
Choo. Why is there a hype train?
Scam train, scam train,
I'm
scam train.
gonna go with it. Yeah, train. I love the Persona 5 music for
Hi,
this.
did you know that if you get and participate in this scam train, you too could get really cool animated Twitch emotes that are
Yeah.
universal across Twitch? If you click the little funny arrow at the top of the scam train, it'll show you what different emotes you can unlock.
Wow. Actually, these are pretty great.
Yeah, no, they're pretty awesome.
They're excellent. I got hit by a train. Donate to the hype train to fund my medical bills. Okay, let me finish my thought. So players die, new party pops in, and they go and purchase supplies or something, but they notice one of them, let's say, notices that one of the fruits looks really weird, and then you describe their previous player's face, like the character that they just played and died with is described to the new character. So they're eating their own face.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Party of players starts at Juniperville, dies. Juniperville collects the bodies, uses them in fertilizer as they normally do. Players don't necessarily know that. They probably don't know that if they died already. So when the players fast forward in time to their new party, they go and buy supplies, and the players see the fruits with the faces on it, and they see that their previous character's face is on the fruit.
We love trauma.
Which
That would,
absolutely is going to spur some
that'd be really
looking into
funny, but
that.
it'd be really weird to set up to begin with. I feel like if you had, because like if the players died there, so I'm assuming they would have to make like another character, or like maybe that was part of a one shot,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're
Well,
passing back through with a new thing.
it wouldn't have to be the whole party. It could just be one particular player or character. But if the players don't collect the body or do anything with it, then
I
they
have an
would,
idea.
they would take it. And Juniperville would take it and use it.
Okay. So if you had, say, you were playing with people that have played with you before,
Okay.
and you've had, whether it be like they've had one shots where their characters have died, whatever it may be, you can have, like, if they're coming back or they're coming through this whatever area, one shot, whatever it is that you plan on doing with this in the
Yeah.
future, you could describe their past characters that have died, or you could also, in preparation for running them people through this area, when they submit like their character sheets, ask them to give you their their favorite character from something, whether it be like a TV show or maybe a past character they've played, and then make them eat the fucking fruit of that character. Because that would be mad funny.
I think that could be done to some extent. That
Because I
actually
feel like that
sounds
might be a
so
little bit
gnarly.
easier than like having them eat their past characters. It'd be a little funny if like like you gave them like the overworld in terms of like, and like just general like short descriptions of like the whole world that you've built up. Like not obviously in all the details that we have here, but just
Oh, of
like,
course. An
like,
overview.
hey, this is the just like quick overview, but leaving out crucial details like what Juniperville is and stuff. And just like if anybody picks character or like picks a character that has a family from the surrounding towns, like have them like try and see if you can get them like to describe like a family member or like have a traumatic backstory with someone in there, and then like have them eat like their fucking family member's face, because I feel like that would be really fucking funny to just like insert that in there and they'd be like, what? Just awkwardly describes their mother as they're chowing down on some
That sounds
fruit.
like such a funny situation. I got the little
Yeah.
laughing dog thing. Hee hee.
Hee hee. Yeah,
Hee hee.
see? You too can participate in scam trains and get funny emotes.
Okay. I like this idea. Boy, we've
Yeah.
actually got
Mhm.
some gnarly, crazy shit for Juniperville already.
You're welcome.
But see, like, it's just so much fun to sit here and just do stupid, like, oh, hey, how about if the fruit had faces? And then story related. Because like, if the players were to start here, they wouldn't think anything of it necessarily. Oh, that's kind of weird or whatever. They go adventuring and maybe they come back. And then they really start to get into it. It could be so good.
Okay, I looked up like an actual description of what the human face fruit stuff is slash based off of.
Mm.
Um, it seems like there's two different spellings for it, but I'm assuming that just comes from funny translations because it is originated from China, but trickled into Japan. Where I
Mm.
think a lot of what is more commonly known, like information comes from. Um, but it is called Ninmenju or Jinmenju. Um, those are the two
Hmm.
versions of it. But the human face tree. The Ninmenju is a strange tree which bears flowers looking like human heads. The heads cannot speak, but they do smile and can even laugh. In the autumn, they bear face-shaped fruit, which tastes sweet and sour. If a person laughs at the tree, and the head-shaped flower will laugh back at the person. If they laugh too strongly, the heads will wilt and fall off the tree. Um, it's also, where's the other
Will you
one?
send me a link to that? I'm gonna shove it in here because that's
Yeah, hold on.
terrifying. If
Oh
the
yeah,
fruit,
there's a couple of different things. But it is considered it's their habitat, which is why I thought of this to begin with, is mountain valleys.
of course.
Yeah. The Nimenju appears first in Japan in the Edo period, which documents animals, plants, and yokai from both inside and outside of Japan. Blah 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 blah. Redlands. Shikoku. I guess it's also found in Persian. Or-
You always feel like if it's found in somebody's,
Oh, it's found across multiple, like,
yeah.
it's not just in one area of the world. Um, the Nimenju trees are found in the south, and the fruits of the tree is called. Oh, the fruits of the tree is called Jinmenchi. or human-faced child, apparently is the literal translation.
Human face child?
The They ripen in the fall, and if you eat the fruit, they have sweet and sour taste. It says that she also has a human face, eyes, blah blah blah. It is possible that the trees were all eaten, and it is why we don't see them today.
So we just really enjoyed
Passover, it is
eating
said that the people
faces.
planted great orchards of laughing Jinmenju, and that they must have been a beautiful sight.
Uh, uh, uh. How's all the faces look at you when you walk through the orchard trying to have a private conversation?
Persia and India both have stories of human-faced fruits as well. But there is usually with the faces of beautiful girls.
Hmm. I
These
see,
are
I
the
see, I see, I
two
see.
these are the two links that there's a when you try and look them up, there's like minimal immediate information on it. But I'm sure after like actually like deep diving into it, you'd be able to find some stuff. But
Mm.
here is the one that I was
Yeah!
reading off of, and this is the other
Links.
one. This is the other one.
Because I will go read this stuff and be like, alright, let's take a look here. What the fuck was that?
What?
Gladys
Oh
saying
God.
was weird. Also, Ryan, I did see your DM. I don't know the song, so I'm gonna have to listen to it at some point.
Yeah, it seems to interchangeably be Nimenju and Jinmenju. I remember it being in Inuyasha though. That's what I remember it from. Like first hearing about the silly yokai.
Inuyasha. That's always one that I needed to watch.
Mhm.
Never watched it.
You never watched Inuyasha?
No, I have not watched a lot of things, but we're gonna start doing some little watch parties.
The original has 167 episodes, and then there's the final act, which I believe has about 50, and then there's also about 5 movies.
Cool, that's a lot.
Yes, but it's fantastic and amazing, and also is in English, so you can both watch
I
and or
do
just
like
like listen and do
I
other
do
things at
like
the same time.
English.
Yes.
Not that I don't enjoy doing subtitles, but I do enjoy a good dub.
The English for it is actually quite good. So it's not one of those cursed ones.
Mm,
Um
mm, mm.
it's good. Also I am I'm a big fan of Inuyasha.
You don't say. Also, hi Lilith again. I'm glad you're having fun with the modded MZ. It's on my to check out list tonight at some point. Um, yeah. Although I think I'm pretty happy with the watch dubbed ghost stories. I don't know ghost
Oh
stories.
Jesus, Mother of God.
Huh?
Dubbed the dubbed ghost stories is definitely a time. Um, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure that the studio that ended up getting it for the English dub
Mhm.
wasn't actually given a script for it because it ended up being dropped for whatever reason, I think, and just like it didn't even do well in like Japan, I don't think. And
Mhm.
so instead, it was pretty much like they were just able to improv like the entire fucking thing.
So they just
and it
made
is
up
the
the whole thing
it
and
is
called
the
it
most unhinged. I I there's a lot of things in there that you have to remember the time in which it was recorded,
Ah.
because the words that they use are not great all the time.
Or is it
But
like
it is really
when
fucking funny.
when was this made is my next question.
Hold on. I don't remember the exact. Hold on. Ghost stories. This one. It 2000.
Oh, that's
It was.
not nearly as long ago as I thought it was gonna be.
It
You're
wasn't.
you're making it sound like it was an '80s anime with
It looked.
questionable choices made.
I mean, it pretty much is. I think that's when it was adapted, potentially.
Why do principals always
Um,
look like lesbians? What?
because it was. I think it was originally started in the 90s. Like why you? Oh yeah, there's a lot of really funny comments. I do recommend watching it because it is really fucking funny, but also like that is not there's a large chunk that cannot be repeated. Period.
Oh.
But like there's a lot of really funny memes that have come out of it. Um to be completely honest. I mean, you probably find like a compilation of like best moments from ghost stories English dub that just like highlights the best parts.
Sure,
Um
sure.
which is honestly just as good as probably watching the whole damn thing. But yeah, it's something. It's a moment.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I think our so I did finally conclude I want to do a watch through of Has Been because I would like to rewatch it because it's such an entertaining time. It really is. So that'll probably be maybe next Sunday. Not this upcoming one, but I'll put out hey guys, you want to come and do that, you know. Uh yeah, yeah. But I think I'm gonna call it. I've fallen far off of actually doing more world building, which is okay because I'm happy to just chill and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah. So we're gonna find someone fun to go and raid, and I can't find anybody doing world building, unfortunately. Uh,
Can I
so
make a suggestion?
you are more than welcome to.
Fantastic. Um, there's a silly artist,
Yeah, artists are good. Throw them at me.
and I feel like the general chaoticness that is us fits well with the weird shit over there. That occasionally happens. They I sent it to you in DMs.
I see.
Um, they are currently doing a funny little thing where they are taking their VTuber friends and quote unquote like not redesigning but like evolving them. So like taking like parts of them and just making them like
Yeah.
more giving them a little bit more of extraness. But they make funny shit for VTubers sometimes. Like they have you know how you can like throw shit at people?
Yes. Yeah,
So they
I
have
actually found out how to get that and I want it so bad.
yeah, tits is really funny. But like they have like a thing that's specifically like in I think Live 2D. I don't know. But you can throw a chancla at someone and it makes a slap sound. It's very funny.
Fantastic. I really gotta
For
get
those
that
that don't
thing.
know, chancla is like a sandal, flip flop, like yeah.
Ah,
and smack someone.
little slap.
Yeah, and it's very funny. But yeah, they're good bean. I
Good
lurk
bean.
there.
Good bean.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll go do a raid on them. Um,
Bando.
here's my outro, guys. I hope y'all had a good time hanging out. I know we got a little bit of world building done, and honestly, it paves the way for so much fuckery. I'm very excited to do a little bit more on that. Don't forget to pick up your raid message. Thank you to the Snacky Bus for hanging out.
Yippee!
Yippee! If you
I'm
haven't followed them and
for
you're in here, please go do so.
here for causing chaos.
They do all the fun stuff on Twitch and lots of chaos. And they're my idea gremlins, so I appreciate them greatly. And then if you are looking to play D&D, scan that little QR code in the bottom left and shoot me a message. And that's it. That's my whole thing. We'll be back next Wednesday for another world building, which will hopefully be a little bit more uh streamlined.
Intensive?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe once I have all my school and
Planned.
everything under control. Anyway, we're gonna go check out Dando art. Make sure you guys say hi, and you all have a great rest of your Wednesday. Stay bold. Skull grip.
Yeah. Mm.